What's up, y'all? Back with another episode of Check Mania. Tonight we do LFG. I'm Xavier Soller with my boy Justin Stuckey. Justin, we gonna jump right on into it, my man. What an episode! Episode 5 of LFG.
Cinco.
Wow, we got a lot to talk about. The
What's
title
our
of the
title?
episode,
What's our
huh?
title of this one?
Speak your truth. How about our title of My Check Mania is the title of episode 5 of LFG because we're gonna lay it all on the line. See,
Yeah.
we've had some disagreements amongst us, so we tonight we really gonna speak our truth. We're gonna let the fans decide. We're gonna talk because we brothers, we love
Yeah.
each other. You know what I'm saying? But brothers talk.
And
And
I'm gonna
brothers
speak my
talk it
truth.
out. Yeah, we gonna speak our truth tonight. So let's go, baby.
BJ Ray. Rolls off the tongue.
That's your boy. That's your boy.
MVP. We're gonna get into it. But one of the lovely ladies, a part of LFG, Miss Tyra Steele, she said it best. It doesn't matter if the people cheer, it doesn't matter if they boo, as long as they are making noise. And everybody that tunes into LFG is talking about BJ Ray. If you watched our previous video, you know that BJ got hurt, shoulder injury. He got replaced by Cutler James. He has not been a part of the mix going forward. But he showed up again today. And we're going to do a little rewind because he wasn't the most important person to show up in the building. Xavier, I believe he uses the term the best in the world.
Yeah.
Mr. CM Punk was in the
CM
building.
Punk.
Thoughts?
Well, anything pertaining to the microphone, you want a guy like CM Punk coming in. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of talkers throughout history of the WWE, and there's some current guys, but there's just nobody better on the mic right now. He's the top guy on the microphone, whether you like him or not, whether you're getting the cheers or getting the boos. He right now and for a long time really has been the people's champion. So, he's been a voice for the voiceless, as they say.
The pipe bomb.
The
He
pipe
coined it.
bomb. Yeah. And he is very explosive because you truly do not know what is going to come off the tongue when that man is in front of a microphone. It is a tool. Obviously, you and I both know how powerful of a tool it is being on the microphone in stadiums, in arenas, on podcasts. So again, we always talk about the wrestling aspect of it. It's very important to be an athlete in an athletic situation like the WWE, right?
Yeah.
But I forgot, who was it? Shawn Michaels. Was it 2 episodes ago? He said, sometimes being
Oh, yeah.
athletic isn't better than being a superstar. So I will give BJ the credit of he's definitely creating a name for himself. I also know television. And are they using him? Now, cut a great promo. I'll say it to you. I know you've just been waiting on me to say that. So I'll get that out of the
Rewind
way.
that. Say it again. Say it again. I couldn't hear
He
you.
cut a great promo. He cut it was very real. And he kind of did the CM Punk. He did, which we'll get into that in a minute too.
He did do a
But
little sit down.
it's so important to have that aspect, but I know that he didn't just walk in there on his own. This is a television show. If they did not want him in the scene, I assure you, he would not have been in that scene. So he is very much a character. He is very much someone that is a catalyst for the views right now. They're very much driving him because he's not performing. So what place does he really have? Well, he has more character and personality than anybody on the show right now. I will say that.
But is he not performing? He's still performing.
He's still performing. He's
Still
performing in
performing.
the sense of when the camera's on, he's putting on a show, right?
He is. He
So,
knows how to play his role well, and I think
absolutely.
to his credit, obviously, I'm a BJ Ray fan. If you didn't watch our previous episode, we're currently setting up something with BJ Ray to come on the show. We'd like to hear from him his perspective of being a part of the show. But I think it's very, how do I want to say it? I think it is very telling And it stands out more for somebody who can. Injuries suck, obviously. You have to be an athlete, like we talked about, to be in the ring, to be able to perform inside the ring. But for somebody who can still be a focal point, no matter what their circumstance is, to me, that stands out more and is saying something. And the fact that, like, they talked about this, there are people who are healthy, ready to go, that just sat there. When CM Punk asked who's going to take the mic, opportunities are very limited. You said this. We have a reel
Absolutely.
out there. You guys need to watch that.
Hmm.
Opportunities in the business are limited, especially
Hmm.
when you're in an environment to where you're on a show, on a platform, trying to get a contract. You're not there. You're not nowhere close yet. You know what I'm saying? So you need to take advantage of every opportunity. But the one who did the most, in my
Mm.
opinion, Jasper Troy.
Absolutely.
WWE dropped a spoiler about his promo when CM Punk came into the Performance Center and open mic, basically. Who wants it?
Hmm.
Zena got up there, and Jasper Troy walked right in front of her, took the mic. It's funny because CM Punk was like, "Ladies first." Okay, no. As soon as he grabbed it, thought that was hilarious.
Yeah. It,
And
when he as soon as he grabbed that mic, it was on.
yeah, he was ready to rock.
Yeah, yeah.
I would love to know how much notice they had that was going to be CM Punk
Mm.
because I believe in the fourth episode that he sent a
They said it
video.
at the end because
So
he came on the TV.
yeah,
So
Flow TV.
yeah.
Also, I'm kind of getting like you when it comes to looking at the production. If you
Mm.
watch Jasper Troy, he says he doesn't know who it's gonna be. He literally said that. I don't know who this is gonna be. I don't know who's about to come in here, but I'm ready for whatever.
Mm.
I heard that part. And I started thinking about. I was like, didn't they say last week who was gonna be on?
Yeah.
Anyway, nonetheless, he spoke from the heart, real emotions. His promo basically is kind of straight going at CM Punk.
Mm.
Hey, I grew up a big fan of yours. You were my guy. And then you bailed on us. You
Mm.
bailed on your
Mm.
fans. You bailed on the company. You bailed on your
Yeah.
peers. I
Turned his
wanted to go
back.
back to school and tell my peers that my guy did it, but you were nowhere to be found.
Yeah. You weren't there.
You weren't there. He said you tried to tear
Ooh.
down the company.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, he what lie was told though.
No lies were told. All of the legends were sitting back like, oh my goodness. Then he says, when it's time to face you, face to face in the ring. That's what I also like about Jasper Troy's promo is that he has some foreshadowing there. He told the people who he was, where he's from, who inspired him.
Yeah.
He came straight at him, no storyline now, and
Sure.
he's telling him what my goals are. Is to go against the best in the world. And what he say? Make you bend the knee.
Make you
Bow
bend the
down.
knee.
That's crazy work.
Jasper hit every component that is deemed necessary for a WWE promo. Like he had everything, every component, and and you just said them: the where, the who, the what, the when, the where, the why, all of it. He hit everything, and it was it was so real. You see the legends because they were in the heart of it. All of them
Mm-hmm.
were still active roster when that stuff was going down, So they very much had an opinion. CM Punk is their peer,
Yeah.
So you weren't just speaking to all the fans, you were speaking to everybody that was sitting at that legends table as well as other legends watching. So
Because
if
they
you
felt that
don't
too.
think that, huh?
Because they felt that too.
They felt it. They felt it. So, like I said, everybody had an opinion. So that particular thing really hit home, and you could tell. And again, Bubba don't give props if props ain't due. You know what I'm saying? So
Did you notice he left
which,
Bubba hanging?
huh?
Did you notice Jasper Troy left Bubba hanging when Bubba got up to give a high five? He didn't
Oh
put
no,
that
he
hand
got
up.
him on the way down. He got him on the way down. He didn't know what was going on because he was still kind of in character. He
Oh,
had just come off of that, so he got him on the way down. But he was like,
locked in.
yeah, he was still locked in.
Because that's Booker's guy, if you didn't know.
That's Book's guy, So he's but again, a lot to be said, and I don't want to skip over um just going back to touch on BJ, not taking anything away from Jasper, because again, it was rock solid. He stepped up. He was the first one to get up. So
Mm.
Zena, we ain't playing victim. We ain't doing
Yeah.
any of that. He was the first
Tatiana was
one to get
second, though,
up.
right?
I
We
want
don't want to
to
skip over her. She was second, I
Yeah,
believe.
no, but I wanted to ask you, and if we're coming back to BJ, I can wait. I
Yeah,
can
I
wait
want to
on it.
give Tatiana her props because she did stand up. Like at
Okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
beginning of the show, she obviously, I guess you said it had a bad 48 hours, right? People have
Sure.
real life situations,
Yeah.
and it'll be told later on in our recap, but you have to learn how to put that stuff aside when it's time
Yeah.
to go. And I applaud her
Absolutely.
for getting up, number one. I think that's a very intimidating situation to be in. You got the
Mm,
best in the world, one of the best on the mics, giving you the
yeah.
opportunity in front of legends, in front of greats. Um, I mean, like CM Punk said, wasn't really about the content. It was about who was going to take the initiative.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was pleased that she stood up there and said something.
Yeah, and she still killed it in that little time she had, and there's a lot of character building going
Mm,
on right now, and we're seeing the development. But there's so many like life lessons as the viewer tuning in that
mm,
like we can put in our everyday life and things we could take. There's a lot of gems
yeah,
because a lot of people are still new to their careers and what they're trying to figure out about themselves because that's all this is. Who am I as a person? Who am I as a character? And
mm-hmm.
what was it, Troy?
Troy said that.
He had even said, and I respect that. But again, you only get there's not a lot of windows. There's thousands of people ready to take your place. There's only 16 people. 16 out of all the farm systems, as we'll call them, that are looking that their dream is to be in the WWE one day. NXT, Evolve, like all of that. They're just waiting for their moment. And you guys are front row in a brand new television show that is very much being pushed on ESPN. You got Taker coming out of like to do his thing. You got all the top dogs right there in front of you. And
Getting pushed on Mike Check Mania. Go ahead
getting
and
put,
subscribe.
yeah, and you just can't drop the ball. And I'm sure I mean, can you think of a moment that you've had this far in your career that
Oh
you
yeah,
can like when did you like I got to seize this moment or
my
I wouldn't
pops
even be
always
right here?
my pops always told me, man, God's gonna present an opportunity to you. He's gonna give you the opportunity. It's just up to you
Mm,
whether you take it or not.
sure.
Like this this is not the same as what they're doing, but I had a situation where I was doing an interview up in North Carolina. Bill
Hmm.
Belichick just became the head coach there. We were in the weight room and we were in there and he was on a treadmill and we were standing there. I was with my camera girl, the quarterback who I just interviewed, and they were like, "What you gonna do?" I was like, "Well, my dad said you could take the opportunity or not." And I walked over there, introduced myself. I probably would have kicked myself if I didn't, take the opportunity. That's just one initial thought that came to mind. I don't want to steer too
Yeah.
far off, but yeah,
Well, did
you
you get
got
the
to take,
interview?
huh?
Did you get the interview?
It was just an introduction. It was just the fact of meeting him. I wasn't going to ask for an
You were just
interview,
planting the seed.
just planning to see.
That's yeah,
I've
that's
had
great.
plenty of times though where it was about shooting your shot, taking advantage of the opportunity there to, make
I
something
know y'all
happen. You know,
y'all should see his DMs.
hey, we keep covering some of these LFG
Hey,
and NXT shows. Jada Parker, Jada
yeah,
Parker.
Miss Parker,
Miss
Miss
Parker.
Parker.
Hey, I'm SEC too now. You see them?
Hey,
See them up there?
yeah.
I let you boy. But
Hey,
I will
getting
say,
back on track.
back on track, Tatiana. I was just thinking about this. Like everybody's pulling out their real emotion. She talked about her
Mm,
grandfather passing away. Like
sure.
we're starting to, like you mentioned, we're starting to learn more about the people as they're
Hmm.
developing their characters. And I think that's what the show needs to be about because we didn't know who these people were.
Sure.
What 3 weeks ago, 3 4 weeks ago, So we're
Yeah.
learning and seeing how they're continuing to develop and to grow. But again, I enjoy everybody on that show,
Yeah. Yeah.
but the one who is continuously standing out, regardless if they're just pushing him. But that's the point. They only push the people that are meant to be seen. And it's BJ Ray, bro. I'm gonna me and you need guys need to see me and Xavier's text threads. I'm
Yeah.
telling him. And Xavier, they cut to commercial break right before BJ was about to give his promo. And Xavier was like, he better not, fold, basically.
Yeah.
And I had already drafted up. He just killed that promo, and I just waited.
Uh, well, and he did. He really did. And
For the people who didn't see it, give them what he said. If you can.
don't
Oh,
you on the BJ train? You do it.
okay,
You-
okay. Look here, y'all. BJ came out there, right? First off, he went at his team. He went on everybody. He said, since I've been hurt, nobody reached out. Nobody called, nobody texted. And he started to realize, you know what? This is an individual game. He went at his own team. Because if you do not know about WWE LFG, 4 legends made up of 4 future superstars. His teammates weren't there, weren't supportive. He said he was disappointed in each one of them. And he went one by one down the line. He went at Cutler James to end. He went at Tatyanna, who gave a promo right before him. He said, "You're just going to be crying after what I say." He went at Zena. What did he call her? Stupidity, something.
That one, I was like, oh my God.
He went at Zena strong and basically said, "I know you don't understand what I'm saying," but he kept on going. Then he went at Drake Moreau, and he just referred to him as Roxanne's boyfriend. He said that's all you'll ever be known by in this industry, which I know is like a little insecurity for Drake.
It's a stinger. It's a stinger.
He came straight at him. And my guy, Cutler James, who was former teammates, real life teammates at Duke, my boy BJ. And he said, what did he say? 3 syllables. Replacement. That's all you'll ever be. He said, I'm going to do the same thing I did to you when we were at Duke University. Like, oh my gosh. Then this is the crazy part. Bro went at the legends. He said, I'm not going to shake not nan one of y'all's hand. He said, I learned from Coach Bubba. You know what I'm saying? He said, I thought he was what's the word that he used? A douche.
He said a douchebag.
He called him a douchebag. He said, I thought Coach Bubba was a douchebag, but I've learned a lot from Coach Bubba. And I understand why he didn't shake my hand. But now I understand I'm not shaking none of y'all's hands. And it's about me.
Mic drop and walked off.
Did
the CM Punk leg cross too. Was just out here disrespecting everybody. Yeah. And that's the question I was going to ask. But before I ask the question, when you got hurt, I came to Birmingham and I stopped by your grandparents' house where you were chilling, right? And I'm assuming if I were to be coming off of surgery or had been hurt, that you'd stop by and say what's up to your boy too, right?
Yeah.
That says a lot about our character and who we are as people and who we are to be around. So if your entire team didn't reach out to you, what do you think that speaks to your character? Yeah, and the new guy coming in was teammates on the real Duke wrestling team, right? And the 3 guys that were down there, they were saying, yeah, we don't mess with that dude.
Yeah.
So he does not play nice with people. You have to learn how to play nice with people in the workplace because everybody's showing up to work, right? So you can be as good as you want to be. Antonio Brown was set up for the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, now that's another question. Will he make it? Because the stats don't lie.
The stats don't lie, but there's more than just play that comes with being a Hall of Famer.
It's politics
all
to
encompassing, like character, who you are, what you did for people on your team. Did you help build up or did you help tear down? You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to be great, but you're out here just showing your tail. You know what I mean? So I'm saying, like, yes, BJ is great for TV. He is every reality show's dream because the ratings go crazy. But when you get in a real life locker room, I'd like to say that I've never been a part of the WWE and I've never been in a locker room before, but I have been a part of some teams in the workplace, right? And I've been that dude where I was too much. I probably still piss people off, but I'm saying you have to learn how to control that or they're just going to ship you off. If you're too distracting and you're too much of a problem causing people to, because in all reality, you can't be out there with somebody that you don't trust, right, in the ring. So
we still haven't gotten to see him in the ring, but there's no doubt.
Yeah,
like,
they showed like a clip of him.
Show, Yeah,
Yeah, they should have
he would
clipped
have
it.
been
Yeah.
done because there's people that are perfectly healthy we still haven't seen in the ring. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? My thing is this: like, I've been looking at his Instagram. Obviously, this has been already recorded and stuff, so we're just getting it week by week. But bruh's on there with the Hardy Boys. Like, I think it's just
Hmm.
a lot of it is for TV. But what did they say? The E in WWE is for entertainment. There's
Hmm.
no, we don't have an understanding yet of who he is as a regular person. You know what I'm
Sure.
saying? Now I know there's, him and Cutler James were teammates. There's teammates that don't get along. Plenty of,
Sure.
historic like top dogs that just didn't. Shaq and Kobe, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
There's times that people don't see eye to eye. Um, but when it comes to the entertainment space, like you talked about how Jasper Troy checked all the boxes on that promo, I think that BJ Ray has been checking all the boxes as an all-encompass superstar. He just has to hone it in. And I think Bubba, as we've gotten throughout the course of LFG, I think Bubba is low-key starting to like him, especially after this one. Because he said, again, wrong place, wrong time. But dang, he cut a great promo, didn't he? Like, it's
Yeah,
those
absolutely.
things you got to fine tune. But it ain't just him that impressed me. Miss Tyra May Steele went
Hmm.
up there. And you know how we said that Zena was kind of, she looks like a lolly dolly, but can be really aggressive. Tyra May still scares me.
Oh, absolutely.
The emotion that she starts to bring and starts screaming, it puts me unease. Like, if that makes sense.
Did you see her sitting down on the ground with her glasses? Just them big old glasses. I said,
This is my time.
I, I said, I ain't messing with her.
No,
I mean,
that's a scary movie
she,
type.
she, she has a switch. And what did I tell you early on? I've been in that corner.
Mm-hmm.
I see it, and I love, and she has that Xena thing. I still believe in Xena too. I think both of those characters have the ability to be and just flip it on, and you'll be like, "Whoa!"
What is
Like,
wrong with
could you
them?
imagine that's your girl, and you in the kitchen, and y'all getting into it, and you thought it was going your way, and then
Mm-hmm.
that switch, Lord
All of a
have
sudden, she got a
mercy.
knife in her hand.
I'm 911 speakerphone. Like, I'm
This
scared.
this is my thing about Tyra though, and they said this a little bit earlier in the earlier episodes. You have to be able to have some credibility as being an Olympian, but you
Mm,
cannot just keep talking about those days. Tell me what you're going to do here. They said that
mm,
very early on. And I think as she grows and develops, she has to learn that. There's been plenty of Olympians. The most well recognized one, obviously, is Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle, yeah.
But his biggest flex was like, I won an Olympic gold with a broken freaking neck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just go tell people like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get the job done here in the WWE because of my experience and drive and willpower there. You know what I'm
Didn't
saying?
CM Punk say he wanted to see it though? He
See
said
what?
we want to see the Olympian.
We want to see the Olympian. We don't want to hear about the Olympian. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's what. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah,
Use
yeah. I
use
got you.
the this is off topic, but this is an example. People love hiring student athletes, former student athletes, because all of the characteristics and the intangibles that really make up a job, they've already learned that as a student athlete, right?
Mm,
So many of those intangibles, characteristics, things you can't really teach in the drive that you have to become an Olympian, the top of the top. Put those skills that you have into wrestling,
mm,
hone your craft there, but keep the
yeah.
same drive, keep the same tools that you had, but just bring it all here. We don't
Mm,
want to hear about, you don't want to be, great analogy, you don't want to be one of those guys who just keeps talking about what you did in high school. You know what I'm saying?
ah,
Nobody wants to
yeah,
hear about how far you were or how many yards you got, what you would have did,
yeah.
how worse this next generation is than when you were playing. You always
Ah,
hear those people.
right, right.
Don't be that person.
Yeah,
Let the people know what you did and convert that over here. Because
I like that.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Jack Swagger, throwing it back. Jack
I know. I was
Swagger
like, dang.
was a great makeup for a wrestler. Oklahoma, believe a linebacker or D end. And his biggest thing was like all American, you know what I'm saying? And he started going into that character a little bit. We got tired of hearing about that. Show me this Jack Swagger here. You know what I'm saying?
Sure,
Where was
sure.
the swagger? We missed it. So Tyra May Steele just hit the switch, keep developing. But if she can learn how to, like you said, come in that boy, you think she gonna be all right, and then she can, whoop, it's over with.
Well, think about this. In every comic book that we've ever read, starting from, Superman, we'll just use Superman. When that flag is up, what does that flag stand for? Justice,
Mm-hmm.
equality, all like the good, right? That's how the flag is portrayed in we'll just call it the animated space or whatever. I mean, even in the space of, the WWE, but I love the episodes where Superman turns evil, because here's
Mm-hmm.
this figure that's supposed to be our light, and it goes from the lightest of light to the darkest of dark, because you're like, whoa, this is powerful, and I think that that's who she is and who she can be, and I think she had a lot of fun playing the heel, and I think we see that too. And I'm over here like, oh man, that's another Naomi just sitting right there.
We on the same brainwave.
We really are.
I was
I
gonna talk.
saw the
I was
whole
gonna talk
thing.
about the pattern or the storyline they've got with like Jade, Bianca, and Naomi. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
man, imagine you throw a polished Tyra May Steele in there to be able to combat with those type of
Ooh.
characteristics. She is like you said, a version of Naomi, but she just has to find her own niche. Like the sisters are doing their thing, but if you can
Black
hone into
Black Girl
your
Magic.
own, what is that?
I said Black Girl Magic.
Black girl magic. If you notice though, they're all thriving, but they are
Mm.
all different. Like Jade,
Mm.
Bianca, and Naomi, no similarity. They're all their
No,
own
no, no.
individual character, and they're doing it well. So you just have to be able to hone your craft. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
You can't try to
I mean,
be
she's still young. Like, I
yeah,
mean, we're talking about this is boot camp right now.
yeah.
That you know what I'm saying. So, in all fairness, like I think she's picking up fairly quick. And
Mm-hmm.
again, there are a lot of people who we either haven't seen wrestle a lot, haven't heard on the microphone. We don't know what their entrance sounds like. We don't know what they're going to wear in the ring. They don't even know. And it comes to like who's really sticking out to you right now, and who do you think is showing that component? Because this, at the end of the day, this is a competition. We're on a team, but we're still competing to
Mm-hmm.
be the best. And I think the people that you saw are still the same people that you saw in episode 5 are still the
Mm-hmm.
same people that have been spoken about these past 5 episodes. And they're still those same people that haven't stepped up. And they're just like pushing them. Come on.
Except
Come
for
on,
BJ
Troy.
Gray.
Come on. But, I'm just
Troy's
like,
gonna fall to the wayside. I wish I had my hot Cheetos for the hot take, but
yeah,
Troy Yearwood, if he doesn't, I like the honesty,
yeah,
but if you don't find yourself and you don't get on that mic, you're
that ain't
just
their problem.
another big body black
That's
dude
your problem. That
that's
ain't
gonna
their
go
problem.
home.
Exactly. I'd
Remember
be
what I
digging
said?
so deep right now to try to find myself.
Remember what I said about when we first asked the question about which coach that we would choose, and we
Mm,
both agreed with Booker. But I kind of went down the line of why I wouldn't pick Bubba or Mickie James. No knock to Mickie James because Mickie James I feel like is great, was great, obviously at her craft. But it's very hard for her to relate to Troy Yearwood and know how to pull it out of him. Like I think Troy Yearwood would have made drastic strides in 4 to 5 episodes if he was on Booker's team or a male's team in general. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like Mickie James is very nice. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be able to be like, "Hey, dog, let's get it." You know what I'm saying?
you
You got
think
Chris
that's what
Allen
she's
and
missing?
Yearwood just floating around. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Dani's doing her thing out of her group,
Hmm.
but Troy Yearwood is not. maximizing his potential in the 5 episodes we've seen.
What would you like to see more from Mickie? I mean, you're speaking to her as a coach right now. So what do you
Yeah.
feel like she's missing, and what do you think? What would be your approach, or what do you think her approach should be? Because I mean, she talked to him and she heard him out, but at the end of the day, like she's still their team captain and giving them the opportunity. So it's like I can't sit here and hold your hand because that's not what this industry does. You
No.
know,
For me, I feel like, granted, like I said, she has done the work. She's earned the right to be a judge,
she's a Hall
allegedly.
of Famer.
Yes. So
We
let's
don't I
just.
don't know her story like that. So I don't know if she had a mentor or not, or she had to
Mhm.
figure that shit out by herself. That I don't know. So it's like a parent usually parents how they were
Yeah.
parented, right?
I just want to put that disclaimer out there, because
Sure.
sometimes when we chop up these videos, people are like, what are you talking about? You need to listen to the whole thing. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
She is a very compassionate coach. She's a
Mhm.
coach that you're going to want to compete for, but she has to master, in my personal opinion, the aspect of motivation. You know what I'm saying? And
You want to see more tough love.
you have to have that. And especially, we've heard it the entire 5 episodes. In this business, it's tough. Nobody's going to be holding your hand. I feel like she's kind of giving them a little push and just kind of wanting to see what they do. She's treating them as one of those puppies that's taking some of their first steps. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris
Mm.
Island is a great example. Like, she's giving them pointers, but she's really trying to let him come into his
Mhm.
own. You know, she pitched the
Sure,
idea
sure.
later in the episode. I think she's very smart. I will say that.
Yeah.
I think she's very strategic at how she places. Like, she put Serena as the manager with Chris Island in the match. That's a great way to get your athletes, your futures, some shine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You want some more direction.
You have to have some type of like, bro, like, wake up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how
Yeah.
many episodes we currently have left, but we're 5 in.
Yeah, yeah.
And we really ain't making too many strides. We're tied for second place, but individually, like, if I'm the coach, I'm gonna be like, look, y'all, I'm not gonna like talk about it too much, but I've done this. Like, she needs to have one of those. I've done this. You know what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
y'all's time. It's not about me. It's
Sure,
about
sure.
y'all.
Yeah.
One of us, y'all got to step up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Troy.
we don't know what was said when the cameras were off, though.
But
You
we
know,
can
so
only base
maybe
this
she
is
gave
only
that
based off
direction. You know,
what we see. We can
sure,
only talk about what we see.
sure, sure.
So knock the producers and all of them for not showing it if she is talking that.
Yeah,
But from what I've seen, I feel like there has to be more of an assertiveness and more of a push. Because I know good and well Booker would have had Troy Yearwood up there by now.
Booker.
Can you dig that, sucker?
I man, I mean, great points. There were some great points made. I can't say that I've seen a lot. I mean, she does have two freakishly crazy athletes on her team.
Mm-hmm.
She's got like three. I don't know. And this is
I know for
again, no,
certain 3. I don't know
was
Chris
it
Allen's
Serena?
background. Huh?
Serena?
She's an athlete. She was a gymnast, so I know she got something in the tank.
But we haven't had a chance to really see it. Obviously, Dani is a crazy, we've seen her
Danny
flipping
been
around
involved like every week though, huh?
every week. So I think they got a vision for her. But yes, Chris, Troy has every record there. So really, he should be the standout, but he can wrestle. We know he's an athlete, but that should have been that moment. And I don't think it was fully like, I don't know who I am. I think it's you've been such an athlete your entire life.
You want to rely on that.
You want to rely on that, and you don't know about that other. You're probably a pretty shy dude,
Mm-hmm.
So you never were the one that wanted to be in front of in the big crowd or the group and be on camera and be the outspoken one. So this is yes, she's got to recognize the strengths and the weaknesses, just like every other coach there, because I still think I think some of the coaches are still invested more in certain people
Oh,
than
for
other,
sure.
you know what I'm saying? So
Undertaker's due to Shiloh Hill. He don't care about the
that's
rest of them.
he's already like,
Where
I
was
was
P
like, bro, you got
Nasty?
three other
Did you
people.
did you see P Nasty at all? in that episode. I didn't see her anywhere.
I didn't see P Nasty. I didn't see what was old big girl. Boom.
Yeah,
Arms. What was her?
I got her name. Hold on, we got it going on. Bailey Humphrey.
Yeah, I didn't see Bailey. There was a few people. Anthony Luke. I thought he would have been one of the first ones to step up and get
I
on the
saw
mic.
him sitting down amongst the crowd. I think BJ called him out. Somebody called him out.
Well, Jasper was calling out everybody, or not everybody, but he was calling Chris out, and that's where that little
Yeah.
spat came from. And I was just
Question for
like,
you. Question for you.
yeah, yeah.
What do you think about his reservation of going up there, Chris Island?
Oh,
After
I
being
think at
called
that
out.
point you felt called out and you were mad. So that's not, had one of the coaches said something, he would have done. But again, the coaches, it's not my job to pull it out of you.
Mm-hmm.
I can set you up. We've given you the platform. What are you going to do with it? If I have to keep telling you to do this and do that, and hey, are you going to get some videos done or this or that? Where are we going to be at? At some point, it's just got to be
Nowhere.
on you.
We not gonna hit our 300 subscribers and see you hit a spinner rooney.
Exactly. Ain't gonna be no spinneroonies up in here. So I think that's like at the end of the day, they're all adults. They're all adults. So it's like I can motivation is that illusion, right? Because some days you're gonna wake up and not be motivated.
It's
So
about
what else?
discipline.
Yeah, it's the discipline. What's your drive? Where are you getting it from? And shit, if you're trying to be in the WWE right here, the time is now. Where you at?
Where you
Step
at?
up. And I thought that more of them would have taken initiative after old Egghead came in, your boy BJ, and dropped his pipe bomb, and
He had a pipe bomb though, did it?
he had a pipe bomb. It was real.
Did
It
you
was
see how he
real,
came on there and sat down?
bro. How disrespectful,
What's up, punkster?
bro. That's crazy, bro. Again, it's gonna end really well for him or really bad. There is no in between with BJ.
Based off of his Instagram, like I said, LFG was already recorded. This is the Bachelor of WWE.
Hmm.
He's doing all right. Bro was hitting that with Jeff Hardy. Come on, bro. He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's a character. So again, I would love to see more, because that first promo he dropped was doo doo.
The little
The
Snapchat thing.
Snapchat, yeah, we're like, what was that? And obviously, again, they've poked and they've prodded and they've tried to really run that storyline with him and Bubba. So
I think I'm telling you, bro. I think they're gonna be like this now, bro. I think he got Bubba said it. He said,
I think
I
it's
know that
getting
he's
there.
huh?
I think it's getting it could get there, but I don't think it's gonna be
He
like this
said,
after.
he said, I know he's all over the place, but the thing that makes me the proudest is the fact that he said he learned something. There's no doubt he's the best on that team. My opinion, he's definitely top 3, maybe top 2 in the entire field.
We haven't seen
Well,
him perform though. So what are you? Well, you're basically just off a mic and entertainer side, but
they know he can perform in the ring. Like they
okay,
know that stuff. It hasn't been shown on TV, but they know that he can perform in the ring.
okay,
And
sure, yeah.
BJ said it best. You know what I'm saying? Only reason he told Color Jen, only reason you here because I got hurt. Like that's a shot to somebody.
Yeah, that's a crazy
you're the
shot. That's
understudy.
some love and basketball. That was with Monica. She
Yeah,
said she's got to know.
yeah.
Only reason you're here.
Because she got pregnant and she couldn't come. She hit it with the Monica.
Hey,
Shout out love and
hey,
basketball. That's
hey,
real.
come on, see, you didn't have to do her like that.
Dang, see? What did
Just
she
thought
say?
she should
Don't worry
know.
about it. Don't worry about it,
Oh,
Ma. She did
yeah,
mad because
yeah,
she
yeah,
bow-legged.
yeah. Drop that clip in there.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the
But yeah,
breakdown
yeah.
of the matches
Sure,
for
sure.
LFG. Started out, Mickie James, like I said, great coach. Before I get to the match, I do want to make this last point. I feel like as a great coach, you have to know how to talk to your athletes differently. I feel like Mickie James is set up so well for Dani Selesky. That Mickie James is the coach that Dani needs. That's a match made in heaven. That's who she needs. That's why I think Dani's going to thrive. That's why Dani's been featured on all of these episodes so far.
But I want to ask, what do you think the connection is with Troy and Chris and Serena? I feel like I'm saying her name wrong.
It's
Uh,
Serena.
yeah, it's Serena. What do you think that disconnect is? Is it just not like
We're gonna talk
you
about
want to see them coached harder? Just those particular people, because
really just
her and
Troy.
Dani are definitely locked in for
Really
sure.
just Troy. I want to see
Okay,
push harder. He's very reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, he's been relying on his athletic talent for a long time. I want to see him push more because sometimes people like to sit in their comfort zone. This is not the time to be comfortable. This is the time to get uncomfortable, focus on your strengths, but also learn to chop away at those weaknesses to encompass it together. Because CM Punk said it best, failure is the best teacher. You need to
sure.
put
And they
yourself
all
out there.
failed.
You know what
But
I'm saying?
if a teacher brings something up and says, "Hey, you are you're killing it over here, but you're not that strong with math." If I bring that up and I'm talking to you just as we're talking right now, and you don't go work on math, is that on the teacher or is that
No.
on you? Do you need me to come back and yell at you? Hey, why are you not doing your math? Why are you not better at math?
Speaking of
Focus
math,
on math.
speaking of math, look, y'all, I just got back from Miami. Shout out to Big Delta. Delta got the TVs. You know what movie I was playing? Coach Carter. Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson. What did he do with his team when they wasn't getting their grades? Locked down the gym,
He shut the gym down.
held them accountable, focus on the mission, the team goal, the real goal. Obviously, there's going to be times where your athletes aren't going to be self motivated, but that's
Mm-hmm.
the point of a coach. You have to push. You know what I'm saying? You have to push a little bit and you have to know your
Yeah,
athletes. Troy may just need confidence boosters. You know what I'm saying? Because he
sure.
said, hey, that's step one is admittance. I don't know myself yet, so I didn't feel that comfortable. Hey, Troy, you got every record in here. You're the best physical athlete we have in here.
Yeah.
Stick to your strengths.
Speak to
Talk
that.
about that. That's what the coach has to say. That's what you have to pull out of the athlete. Like I
Mm,
said, I'm no WWE Hall of Famer yet. Maybe if Mike Check Mania blows up, me and X could be in there at the end of the day. But I do know what it is like to perform at a high level, and I know what coaches did to bring the best out of me. With an athlete like that, you have to know how to talk to them and get the best out of them. To me,
mhm.
it's just all about confidence. Stick to your strengths, stay away from your weaknesses. Your weaknesses allowed you to be a no show in front of CM Punk, the best in the world, on national TV. Just grab the mic. Just talk
Nobody,
about the records.
nobody on her team stood up.
Nobody.
Nobody. That's a yeah. We might have to go back to the drawing board. So yeah, she's gotta be. There has to be a level of accountability on Mickie James's part because your team didn't show up.
And we'll
Your
talk
entire
about it.
team. Yeah, yeah.
We'll
Well,
talk
and
about it later, but
I'm rooting
CM
for a lot of
Punk's
people on her team. Absolutely. She's got some great talent on her team
mhm.
who I think could go to the next level. So I hope they get that together. And I think I'm more excited to see episode 6 than any episode going into to the like it's because
I'm ready for the
again,
BJ
where
cameos, bro.
BJ gonna pop up? You know what I'm saying? This brother gonna pop up, and again, there's a lot. There's so much we could just keep diving in, but I know we probably got to move on to the next thing. And
Yeah,
kind of
let's get into the
let's
matches.
talk matches. Let's talk
Get into the
matches.
matches.
Um,
4 matches throughout the
matches.
night.
Yeah.
First one, shout out to Mickie James. Good coach move. She got Chris Island
Mm,
partnered up in a manager position with Serena. So Chris Island is going to face off against Jasper Troy. They took some real life chatter into a
mm,
match. Jasper Troy challenged Chris Island to go step up there and do the promo. Chris Island had his tail stuck between his legs, was scared. So we gonna see what y'all got.
hmm
It was a good match, but from my perspective, the coaches have been helping us learn. The goal seemed like of the match was for Chris Island to attack Jasper Troy's ankle, right? Go at the ankle, mess him up.
hmm
You have to play your role.
You
Jasper
gotta
Troy
sell it.
got up and kicked him. His his ankle was fine, and he
They're like,
forgot. And
oh,
the
his ankle's fine now.
yeah,
Oh,
that
and
the legends pointed it out.
sure.
Then he remembered it's going down again, and so
That was good. That was
I just
funny.
thought that was kind of funny because, like I said, this is real life. This is no redos, especially in this situation. You get one
Sure.
chance.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I thought it was a good match. One thing that they said early, and Bubba asked Serena after the match is, why did you go face to face with Jasper Troy when he was entering the ring? If you don't know what a manager is, basically it is when one opponent has a sidekick who is not involved in the match. They're the support system, the cheerleaders. Sometimes they get involved in the match to help their friend win. That was Serena's role. Serena probably is like 5'2".
Yeah,
Jasper
yeah.
Troy is probably like 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, yeah.
And Mr. Troy was trying to enter the ring, and she went face to face. And they said that's not a good move. And they asked her, why did you do that? She gave her answer. I thought it was a pretty respectful answer. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hate it,
I didn't hate it. I'm there for my
but
guy. I'm backing up.
perception is everything. And in that situation, that's just not what that looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that elsewhere. If he's down in the corner, you could go up to him, check on him, love on him, whatever you want to do. But you're still taking away from that mystique of the character entering.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? I'm supposed to face off with you. Now I look like a dick if
Push you in
I'm
the face.
chucking this 4-4 girl out the way. You know
Hit
what I'm
the EO
saying? Like
Sky mush.
it wasn't a good look, and they just said it was. We got to wool work on that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I like how they give them opportunities. Um, I almost want to jump in another match because it's a great segue, but
Go
um,
into it.
it's just great that there are all, again, anywhere you look in your day to day, you can do something so great, but there's always something you could do so much better, right?
Yeah.
And the way Shiloh sold that, I was like, dang, like, oh my goodness. I was
Yeah.
like, not again, because we, like, in the sports world, you don't joke about the concussions. Like, that's some serious business.
Go ahead and get into that. Go ahead and talk about that match.
Yeah,
Cutler
well,
James versus Shiloh Hill.
yeah, Cutler James, Shiloh Hill, they're going at it, and I'm just getting to the part. Like previous episode, was it 2 episodes ago now?
No, it was
Shiloh,
last episode, I believe.
was it last? Eric Bischoff was last. No, the promos were last. It was the one before that. The faction was the last episode. So it was the
Yeah,
one
so
before that.
two
Two
before that.
episodes ago.
Episode
Doesn't matter.
3.
2 episodes ago. Shiloh takes a real bump, gets kicked in the back of the head by Mr. Chris Island, and gets knocked out. Drops like a sack of potatoes, as Mr. Holyfield put it. And so it was out. It was a real moment. So they used that and pretty much baited the crowd and the other performers. I think there was a lot of people that didn't know what was going on. I know the viewers didn't. And so they
I
sold
sure
that,
did. I thought he was done for.
and they sold it for a minute, huh? It was like they really milked that, and then he got up, boom, gave him the clothesline. So it's like, hey, you sold the mess out of that. But
Did we tell him
in
who hit
that,
him? Did we say Cutler James is the one that hit him in this match?
I did not say that. So Cutler, we said that's who he was wrestling. So
Yeah.
yeah, the assumption is it would probably be him. So uh he knocks old boy down, uh sells the bump in the head, slow plays the concussion, gets up, gives him the clothesline, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then they were even like, you should have did it to his back. You should have hit him
Yeah.
while he wasn't looking. I'm like, dang, you did something so great, but it's like every little thing matters. And we
Yeah.
saw that with Bubba saying, why did you stumble right there? Remember episode 1?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, why'd you stumble right there? He's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It don't matter. He said, because all of that matters, and it comes down to the safety. You miss a cue. If you're not in the right spot, you always see it, and I see it even more now that we're dissecting wrestling.
Now
It's
that we're
kind of like
analysts of the
ruin it.
WWE.
Those little scooches over when
Yeah.
they're laying just so they're in the right spot. I'm just like, oh, come on, man. Like, it's just it's too much sometimes. But I get it. Again, we're performing. We want to make sure everybody's safe. That's the priority in WWE. Again, Paul, you're doing a fantastic job. Keep it up.
Yeah. Let's backtrack.
But let's backtrack.
We had our girl Tyra, Miss
Yes.
Flip Switch, versus Dani. Dani has been
No.
steadily putting on a show.
Oh yeah,
I,
yeah. Sorry, my bad. It was Dani. My bad.
yeah, Tyra versus Dani.
I mixed up a week. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So they're going at it.
Hmm.
Biggest thing that stuck out to me is Tyra was doing so well, but she was wasting so much time.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the Undertaker started yelling, like, get on her. You know
Hey,
what I'm
Book had
saying?
to grab him. Hey, don't coach
Yeah.
it. Hey,
You
I'm a
can't
fan.
coach
I'm a
during the
fan.
match. So, for those who don't understand a little what we're talking about, when you're fighting your opponent, when you're wrestling your opponent, don't give them an opportunity to catch their breath by showboating or moving around. You want to make sure that they are all the way down before you take the time to do what you got to do in the ring. But
Sure.
stay on your opponent. You don't want to
Yeah.
just be circling them the whole time because you're not doing anything but letting them revive themselves and making the match low key boring because we want to see you in attack mode.
We want to see action. There's too
Action.
much dead. It was too much dead time, and it's okay. I think it's okay. Had she have been like, "You can't handle it," boom, kick.
Yeah.
I told you not to. Boom, kick. It was just like, yeah, 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 yeah.
I told you I
And
didn't
just
attack
standing.
Jay. Boom.
Um, there was just too much. There was just too much. It was just too much dead time.
Yeah.
So agreed. And again, the legends are yelling. And what I'm loving right now, look, man, it's a competition, and I don't think that there's a judge that wants to win more than Booker T. He is the ultimate competitor, but they're all giving love to people from the other teams now, and you're seeing it more and more. Like if you look, just watch the context clues. They're showing who they feel like has what it takes. And if you take that in, if somebody from the other team, like Bubba got up, Bubba don't shake hands, Bubba
Yeah.
got up, came to you, bruh, just keep the energy going. I don't like, just keep use that fuel, man. And again, I think I would love to see more of the team making the team better.
Yeah.
That chirp from Jasper shouldn't have come from Jasper to get Chris up there. That
Should have
should
been
have
his own
came from
thing.
somebody in their team. Yo, why is there no representation of Team Mickie up there? What are we
But you
doing?
but you don't want to be one of those people who tell somebody to do. My pastor always says when it comes to like donating or tithing, he's
Yeah,
not going
yeah,
to
yeah,
tell his congregation to do something that he
yeah, yeah.
wouldn't do himself. So if we're in a
Absolutely.
group, why would I tell you to go up there and I'm in a group? Like somebody just needs to take the initiative. I do
Sure.
get what you're saying, but also Jasper, like put yourself in Jasper Troy's shoes. I just did a killer promo against the person who does the best promos in the world right now.
Yeah.
My team is at the moon right now for points, confidence. We looking good. I feel real strong about my candidacy because one of the other top prospects is out in BJ Ray. You know what I'm saying? And he's the only guy right now that has been putting on a show. Talking about Jasper Troy right now.
Sure, sure.
I'm going to antagonize and try to do whatever I can too because it's a psyche thing. If you start getting in somebody's head and you start making them question what they got to say, it's over.
Yeah.
Especially in this business.
He's living rent free in Chris's head right now. Cause again,
Yeah.
that was
And
though
Chris
he
is
carried me through a match.
yeah, that's
Chris
what
is the little Chris Chris need to use that because he's definitely like giving off little brother vibes to a lot of people like for the show, and
mm-hmm.
you could almost tell that he's been poked at in his own personal life. I guarantee you they've always seen him as little Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He hates that. So use that, you know?
I'm
And
I'm looking at my notes now. I did misspeak. I said Tatiana and I meant to say Tyra versus
okay,
Dani.
so I did hear that wrong. I was
Yes.
like, I swear.
That's on me.
Yeah, yeah. So
Tyra May
okay.
Steele versus Dani Selesky.
Yes.
The last match we're going to talk about was Miss Tatiana versus Miss Leigh
Leigh
Laurel.
Laurel.
First off, before we get into the match, I need to know what Leigh Laurel's like. I want to see some videos about what you eat in a day and what the workout plan is because
Crazy.
Shawty's
Yeah, yeah.
yoked.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I'm trying to get my physique looking. I
Yeah,
look
yeah.
good, but like I need some more protein intake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But no,
man. They were
this is what I call the unprofessional match of the show because just like athletes, just like people in the regular workplace anywhere, you cannot let your outside circumstances affect business, what you're doing in that moment. Leave what happened at home. This
Mm,
match, you could just tell their minds were not where they were supposed to be. They weren't in the ring. And that's where
no.
injuries happen.
You took the next word. I was like, please get to where I think you're going. And that
Yeah.
is the main thing. If you are not present in an industry like this, you will hurt yourself or even more importantly, your opponent. Again, if I'm blocking for a quarterback, but I'm thinking about what's going on with my family right now and I miss a block, I just ruined this man's career out for the season. What does he now have to go through because I wasn't present and wasn't focused to do my job? So that mattered. And Bubba said, "Hey, how does it feel to have all these legends blowing, smoke up here?" What did he say?
Yeah. And I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you the truth.
Now I'm going to tell you the truth. We don't care. And I love Bubba for that. I almost would want Bubba to be I want Bubba to be my team captain because
But you
I
see
don't.
that part right there is what I was referring to when it came to Coach Mickie James.
Mhm.
She at no point is going to say that,
Yeah.
especially I don't not on the sexism or feminism, whatever you want to call it, but like she may eventually say that to somebody like Dani. I don't think she would say that to somebody like Chris or Troy Yearwood. I don't think it would go over well like that. But
She
like,
might though. We just again, you got to know who you are as a teacher as well. And I think you could also learn because I don't know how long they've been teaching.
mhm,
So she's probably still. I think they're all growing as teachers because I don't think Taker would be great for Dani. You know what I mean? I don't think Taker could like you are not you were the polar opposite of who I was as a character. I
mhm,
don't know how you're I know this business and I think they're educated enough to know what characters are what, but it's like how do I teach? How am I the dead man
mhm.
from parts unknown and I have this cheerleader, a cheerleader? How am I going to tell you to get all your potential out being a cheerleader and a smiley, bubbly face doing flips in the ring? So again, that's the beauty of the team portion because, like you said, you have to be Coach Carter had to be conscious enough how to teach his students, how to
Mhm.
teach the athletes. So they have to figure out how to get to the other people on their teams because, like we were saying earlier, a lot of these people haven't even shown up. We
Yeah,
haven't seen
that's what
more
I was
people.
going. That's what I was gonna
So
say.
we got to
And they
talk
kind
to
of
everybody on the team,
foreshadowed this in episode 6. Where Holyfield at?
bruh.
I ain't
Talk
seen
about
Holyfield do nothing.
bro, nothing, bro. I want to say, I want to go in so bad right now, but
Holyfield ain't did nothing.
he said, "Look, dog, I'm gonna tell you like this, okay? I'm gonna tell you like this. I used to come to these things with my daddy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, get in the ring. What are you doing? We don't care. Go wrestle then. Where have you been? Because the dude is a bulldog.
Go do
He could,
something.
bro. He could lift the ring up with anybody in it, bro. Go be a wrecking ball, bro. What are you doing? You little what? Who's Mark Ingram looking? Bro, go. Oh man, he again hasn't shown up for anything. So there's so much that I want to see.
We ain't saying you ain't working,
We
Holy
ain't saying,
Elijah. But
and
they ain't
again,
showing you on
there
TV.
exactly. We don't know what they cut. Don't come for me, dog, because I know you could fight. All right,
Yeah.
I know who your daddy is.
Talk
Your
to A
dad
and E.
could beat up my dad. Okay, so I don't want to. I don't to upset the dog in you, but we would love to see you more. We would love you to see you highlighted more because we know you have the potential to be a star in this industry. So, man, keep bringing the noise, man. But we gotta. There's
Potential means nothing if you don't tap into it.
exactly, and there's some people that definitely aren't even on the map on this show. Like,
Where
I
Bailey
think
Humphrey at?
Xena. At this
Zena
point.
falling off, cuh.
She fallen off, and I would love to see her tap into a different. Again, this is they're gonna get in her butt. Watch, they're gonna get in her butt because the ditzy thing is only gonna go so far. And
Mm-hmm.
now I think we're about to see, and I said this, I think we're about to see the other half of that character switch
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna get less playful for her, and more. Boom! Now the crazy Harley Quinn is about to come out. She about to go crazy.
Harley Quinn.
Watch, Mark. I keep comparing her to Harley Quinn because that switch. So we're gonna see it. I guarantee it's gonna happen. But yeah, she falling off, and I'm rooting for her a lot because I think
Can't fall off. We just Xavier and
no,
I just gave you the props, Zena.
yeah. I mean, again, everybody, like you said, everybody there they know can wrestle because you're not getting invited if you can't. So everybody has the potential, and I just want everybody to get their fair shake. But you got to step up in those moments. If you haven't
Mhm.
been in the ring wrestling yet, you should be the first one jumping up at those promos because they might not pick me to be in the ring. They keep picking the same people because they're building a story
Mhm.
amongst themselves now. They're creating the rivalries right now to where if they're going to go to Evolve or NXT,
Is this on? I'm
I think
pulling
it's
Xavier.
on.
Is this on?
Yeah.
This right here, this microphone is a separator, bro.
Yep.
It's a separator.
Sure.
Like there are plenty of people. Let's look at Miz TV. What was it? The Jericho show. You know, these are phenomenal wrestlers. Let's not take no
Oh
credit away
man,
from him. But there was a lot of times in their career where it really wasn't about what they were doing in the ring. It was about what they were doing with that microphone. What
bro,
did
the list,
mouthpiece?
the list. You just made the list, bro. That gave him a whole new life in the WWE,
This
bro.
shit was so funny, bro.
Bro, first of all, Chris Jericho is one of the goats. I'm just gonna say that that dude has been, bro. Watching him from coming from WCW all the
Mhm.
way through the WWE, man, special dude, has all the talents, man. All the tape is out there, bro. If you're talking about wanting to get better and learn, and you can't tell me that they don't just have access to one their coach. They can talk to all the coaches, and they got Finley running around there. They got probably if you look under the ring, Hornswoggle's probably under there somewhere. There are so many legends
who
a part
who up
of
under there?
Horse Hornswoggle, bro. That is crazy. That is awesome. St. Patty's Day couldn't be more like
Yeah,
be repping that all month long.
I got Finley in
But
there somewhere.
there are too many resources to not get that information or to figure out who you are as a character. Hey man, I'd be asking every Troy, if you're listening, bruh, you need to be tapping in with every coach and asking them, how did you find yourself? How did you find yourself as the character in the ring? What did it take? What did you have to go through? Tell me everything because, again, you are at the top of the athleticism. You got that already. That you don't even have, you could fall off and still be the second best. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's how much of an impact you still make in the ring physically. But that mic, man, like you said, it's like 60-40 almost, right?
Yeah, it's
That
holding you
mic is
back.
everything. And if you can't talk, we've seen no disrespect to Roman, but it took him a minute to get even where he is right now.
It took Cena
It took
making
Cena
another
getting in that
run,
butt. You know what
coming
I'm
back
saying?
to push him.
Yeah. So Jasper, keep working on these young bucks.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So
keep poking and prodding, man.
this
So
is how the LFG episode 5. What do we call this thing?
we called this
Opportunity. What do we
speak
call
your
it?
truth.
Speak your truth. This is how LFG episode 5 Speak Your Truth
Yeah.
ended. Mr. Punk, Punkster, as BJ Ray likes to call him.
Jesus.
Phil Brooks is his real name, so shout out Phil. CM Punk was in charge with giving a point to one male, one female.
All the celebrities that come in, all the guests,
All
excuse
the
me,
guests.
they get to they're giving them the responsibility of the point. So
Yeah. They've been given the responsibility. Sometimes split up between two people. This time it was
mhm.
one. It was just CM Punk. He goes and chooses with Jasper Troy and Tyra May Steele. Off rip, what do you think about his selection?
Jasper was we knew right then and there at that point with but Baka knew that yeah man, we knew that point was going there and well deserved because you could hear a pin drop and when you it's like man this dude's been wrestling with us for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
You just have that. So can't say they're all going to be home runs because that's not how it works. You're gonna have a bad night on the mic.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it with Taker. We've seen it with CM Punk. We've seen it with Logan Paul the other day. I think for the most part, Logan Paul's great on the microphone, but some Raws ago, I was like, bro, stop.
He just be
You're
talking.
you're falling flat right now. So again, you're gonna have a bad day in the office. That's okay. It's gonna happen.
But you got to
No
show
one's
up.
perfect, but you got to show up and you got to
That's
keep
what
wanting to get
Punk's.
better.
That's what
So
Punk's criteria was. Also,
sure,
he said, "I am picking the people who did both,
yeah.
who was in the ring, but who stood up in that promo."
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Switch Tyra May Steele for the selection?
I think that I think that they see a lot of potential in her as well. And so for Punk to come in and see that and look, I don't think Bubba's the bully everybody think he is, but I think he knows what buttons to push because he did it with was it what was it early on? Tell me about your dad. Like remember when he was like asking those questions? He's like, I don't
Oh,
want
it
to
was
have to do
Serena.
that every time. He
Serena.
knows. It was her. So
She made her
he
cry.
knows,
Yeah.
yeah, he knows how to bring that stuff out, but he doesn't want to have to do that every time. And he was like, "I'm gonna do this to her." But he knew what he was doing,
Yeah.
and she turned on him real quick. That's what I'm saying. Being in the kitchen, that's your girlfriend, man. Don't make her mad. Don't do that. Don't play with your life like that. So I think it was the right choice. I think we're gonna see a different her next LFG. And I
Yeah.
think I can't wait to see it because she really enjoyed being the heel. And what we just talked about, building that American flag and
Mm-hmm.
then boom, turning your back. Yo, that's real stuff. I love that. I love that. Remember when Sergeant Slaughter
Oh my.
turned heel? He was the dude. He got
Yeah.
real threats. They were getting real like again back in the day, they're like, yo, you just turned your back on the country like that, the flag, and he went over with the was it the Sheik? Oh man, they did that whole thing. I was like, bruh, that's brilliant. I love when it's like when the flag's involved in I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. They know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You want to know my thoughts about CM Punk's selection for these
Yes, I do. I do. Yeah,
standouts
yeah.
for
What do you
episode
think?
5 LFG? I think that these selections were his second choice.
Really?
If BJ Ray was in the ring, he's taking the point. No bias, but he's definitely taking the point. The way he came in there and he didn't just he gave a CM Punk promo. I know that Jasper Troy first one to stand up gave a real emotional one, talked about kind of where it came from, went at Punk, but BJ Ray went at everybody. He gave a CM Punk style. We just saw CM Punk go at The Rock, Cena, and Seth Rollins. Punk is known to go at people, and he's really good in the ring. We just haven't seen him. Unfortunate injury. Second, CM Punk said this earlier in the episode and at the end. I think his favorite on the female side is Leigh Laurel, but she has to find herself. She's got to be able to
Yeah,
leave whatever.
he alluded to the something. There's
Yeah,
something
something
special there,
special.
that's but I don't think that was his second choice.
I
They did not show up how they
that's
needed to show up.
and we talked about if it's on the coach or it's on the athletes. It's on the athletes. You can still be the best one. You just didn't show up. I'm talking about who I feel like if we're 100% ready to go, those would have been his selections.
Hmm.
Obviously, BJ can't really control the injury, so you take him aside. But Leigh Laurel missed an opportunity in this episode, in my opinion, because
I
there's no
mean,
way. She's got all the tools.
how many singers get away? We'll just say it on American Idol that are better than the people that you just have a bad audition that day. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's your shot. That's your chance. Any audition, whether it was for a cast for a hit TV series or a new movie coming out, like you missed that audition, you just miss out. It doesn't mean you're terrible. It just means that that's who they were looking for that day, and that's
Yeah.
who stood out to them. And at the end of the day, it's a business, and what's best for business is having the best talent who can step up in those crunch time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all that matters. So keep you
Now,
again use that.
I think they did allude to this though. This was the first day that she didn't show up, but you can't make it a habit because if we're gonna go in the past of these 5 episodes, if we're gonna be looking at Tyra May
You
Steele
talking about
comparison
Leigh?
to Leigh Laurel, who do you feel like in these 5 episodes stood out more to you?
As well, I'll speak to this. Bubba said you were crying the moment you got in here, and your head wasn't in it from the moment you got in here.
Mm-hmm.
So again, they've been wearing that. You couldn't you didn't even hide it.
Yeah.
You came in pouting. You know what I'm saying? So again, like at least man, just at least try to disguise it a little bit. Throw on the fake smile. Do what you got to do.
Yeah, you gotta
Um,
fake it sometimes.
yeah, you got to fake it to make it sometimes.
There's
And
plenty
so
of times
you're,
we don't feel like going to practice.
ooh,
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't. It's the only time I'm gonna talk about myself because I got nothing to do with wrestling. But you don't get stuff like that by feeling good every day. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
We don't get to where we are in our careers. You're not doing your thing for Charlotte FC right now if you felt good every day. You know what I'm saying? If you only showed up the days you felt good, it's a grind. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And in this business of the professional wrestling side of things, you sure not gonna be feeling good. All these dates that's about to be on your calendar, if you
your
really
body,
make it to the
your
top
body
where you're
gonna be
trying to
tore up.
go, shoot, even making it in NXT, they traveling, they doing their thing, and
Mm-hmm.
they're doing shows that aren't seen on TV. So you probably got a double schedule.
Yeah,
So
1000%.
you need to get right, or you gonna get left.
Yeah, you get right. Yeah, you definitely gonna get left. Yeah. So, who do I think stood out as far as like the wrestling and the mic, just like strictly on what they were judging on, or
I
what?
just
What's
meant
your
I was just comparing the Tyra May Steele and Leigh Laurel because I think over the course of the 5 episodes, I still think Leigh Laurel is in game. I think that Tyra has a lot in store. I still think Leigh Laurel's in game. Between those two.
Mr. Luke fell off? He's falling off. Zena's falling off. Like we're talking about some people that are just like again. Now we gave them their flowers. They did their thing in previous episodes, but again, they're waiting for other people to show up, and I don't know what they cut. They could cut a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because look, at the end of the day, Shiloh still got his in. It had to come the way it did, but I know that they prompted that, and it was a great promo. Yep, you knew I was like, we're not leaving that off.
No, yeah, we're not leaving it off. But why? I'm like the producer. For y'all that
Yeah,
don't understand what we're talking about,
they set that up. They
at the
told him to
end of the
do.
show,
Yeah,
Taker was talking about how he was very disappointed in Shiloh Hill for not standing up during a promo and feels like
we
we
gonna
lost
talk
the
to that
point.
boy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a talk with that boy tomorrow.
Taker's team could have had Taker's team could have had 2 points, but
Easily.
because of Shiloh's negligence and didn't feel like he needed to go up there, they didn't get the
Hmm.
point.
Well,
And
there's three other people on the team too, so we can't put it all on him, right?
but Taker, like you said, there's certain people that the legends care about.
Mm-hmm.
We've said it for the 5 episodes we've covered so far. Shiloh Hill is the Undertaker's guy. And the Undertaker, just like you said, I'm gonna have a talk with him, right? At
Yeah.
the end, why he started getting all big and bad at the producer and the cameraman getting the promo? What the producer said, why you ain't do that earlier?
Because they told him to do that.
I
I feel
wasn't
like
ready.
they.
What he said?
I
I
was.
wasn't ready.
Oh, I was like when he said that, I was like, bro, you again. Some people just need to keep that mouth shut, even if that tooth is wide open. You can't. You gotta shut
Snag
that
a
mouth
tooth.
because I feel like Taker give Shiloh more love and Tyra out here doing it for your team. Shiloh keeps not showing up in the way that they think or want him to show up. You can have all the potential in the world, and we see it in athletes all the time. But if it's the guy that or girl that steps up in those moments that is going to be the front runner. Right now, Tyra is your dog. That's who needs all the attention. You keep pushing Tyra because she bringing you the bacon right now.
Okay, that's a good point you just brought up. And I'm gonna ask you a question in kind of a four-way. We're gonna go down the line. We'll start with Taker's team. You feel like Tyra May Steele is the standout or
Without
the
question.
okay?
Without question. Even though CM Punk, CM was like, "Yeah, man, you got a great look. We need more of that."
Mm-hmm. All right.
Get your shit together. They're they're trying to make it so. they're trying to roll this carpet out, bro. Just listen to what we tell you, and we know you can be in. We'll make sure of it. We will put our stamp of approval. Every last one of them will. Shiloh, if anybody has the golden ticket right now in the LFG, it is Shiloh Hill, without question. He's just he just got to button up. He just got to button those things up. But again, it's still a young. These are young people still breaking their way into the industry. It's a new show. We've only seen 5 episodes. There's so much more to come. So, yes, but to your question, Tyra is the main dog for Undertaker right now.
Booker's team. Who's the main dog?
Booker's team. Booker's team.
We got Anthony Luke, Leigh Laurel,
Oh, Booker's
Jasper
team
Troy,
is
or P Nasty.
Booker's team is stacked. Booker's team is the guy that drafted well in fantasy football, and you're
Yeah.
like, damn, he's got all the dogs. How did that?
Yeah.
How did we let this man draft that? That
You
team?
gotta pick one.
Uh, Jasper's been in every episode, and he's been a standout in every episode. And I think he just showed the best mic skills that we've seen yet. So I'm going to say Jasper is that top dog, and he's a big.
Mm-hmm.
So, which
All
you
right.
see Taker always chiming in, showing that love to the big. So I
Yeah.
think we're gonna see him.
Mickie
Um,
James, Dani
Mickey,
Selesky,
Dani.
Chris Island.
We don't. You could say it for the people, but
Oh,
that's
yeah, for the
Dani.
people, I'm agreeing with you. For the people,
Yeah, yeah.
Mickie James' team consists of Dani Selesky, Chris Island, Troy Yearwood, and Serena Linton.
Dani is playing her character better than anybody on the show. Dani is such. I mean, she has lived her character. She
Mm-hmm.
is her character, and that's what I think you were talking about earlier. They want to see that Olympian, so they want to see more of that with Tyra. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
But
wherever
you see
route
how Dani doesn't talk it; she walks it.
she walks it. And I
Yeah.
want to see more Mike though. Everybody on that team, I want to see more Mike because we ain't seen a lot of
Yeah,
Mike.
we ain't see no Mike.
Troy's got has a little moment, and
Hey, I
when
will say,
when Chris went at Shiloh, it was weak. He lost that battle.
yeah, I will say about losing battles. P Nasty had Dani tongue tied and stuck
Yeah,
her.
she did her thing, but
So
look, she probably come from a family that's like some families they just jawed each other, right?
put her on the bloodline.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that's a setup right there. I'm telling you, that's a setup. That would be
Team
dope.
Bubba.
If I'm P Nasty, I'm calling Naya tomorrow because that's my new mentor.
Yeah.
That's my new mentor. Nia Jax is your mentor.
Yeah.
Sokoa, whoever. Like you need to be locked into that side because
Somebody.
they know how to be you because they
Mm-hmm.
are you, right? So
Bubba's
Danny,
team.
yeah, I'm taking Danny all day.
We
Now
have.
Bubba's team is interesting.
Let me tell the
Go
people
ahead, yeah,
who we
tell the
got.
people, tell the people.
So his current team: Cutler James, Zena Sterling, Drake Moreau, and Tatyanna Dumas. His other guy is BJ Ray. But BJ Ray is kind of ER right now, still a part of the team in some type of facet. Who you got?
Here's my because another stacked team and to not have any points with
Great.
those athletes are crazy. This is how I would say that their team reminds me of right now. We have a team full of swimmers that showed up to a pool with dress clothes on that don't want to get wet because each one of them has the ability to be the front runner of LFG.
Is are you counting BJ Ray as the lifeguard? Because he ready to swim.
No, BJ, when it comes to as far as like ready, he's just got to get the. I mean, you're injured, bro.
So I'm saying, are you taking him out? You're just going with the current
I'm
four.
just going with the current, but I
Okay.
will say when Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I'm not saying he's Stone Cold Steve Austin, relax.
It is
When
316,
when
y'all.
Stone Cold was, it is 316, which is we need to post something. We need to
I
post
did
something.
post something.
Okay.
Xavier don't check our Instagram.
Well, I want it to be organic. I don't want all the likes coming from mom and dad. You know what I mean? So, uh, but here's what I'm saying. I don't want to lose this. he's one of those, like, he's showing his talent on the mic. He did crush it. He dropped a bomb on him, which was awesome. But like when Stone Cold got hurt and was like hurt, they used him in other ways, and you saw the most comedic line that Stone Cold was during the Attitude Era when he was doing the things with Kane and the cowboy hat on Kurt Angle. And like we saw, that was WWE gold. So I think he could be that dude. I'm just leaving him out. I'm leaving him out right now because
If
that's
if he's in there, is he the top
I
dog?
still need to see him wrestle though. I need to still see him wrestle with someone. Like we need to see him exist in the ring with somebody in LFG, which we have not seen. So is it coming? Are you did you text him? Oh, you
Look,
text him already?
Tatyanna Dumas, crybaby, put her to the side. Zena needs to be studied. Fall off. Put her to the side. Drake Moreau, like BJ said, you're only going to be known as Roxanne Perez's boyfriend. Zero confidence. That Bayou Boogie is long gone. Go to the side. The only legitimate person right now is Cutler James. He is not better than BJ Ray. I'm sorry. He
Well,
is only going to
he
be
has
a
no
B
personality
plus
at all.
player.
It's
He
this
he's
every
just
time.
a figure. I don't see any personality.
I still think they all have. I still.
Dude, take away your bias and tell me that BJ Ray hurt is not better than any of those other four healthy. Just saying. That dude, bro, he is gold, bro.
I want to see him wrestle.
he,
I
he don't
want
want
to
to
see
give
him.
BJ his credit,
I
cuz.
would no. I'm giving BJ his credit because he came in and threw it down on the mic and then he just walked out. I really do love that. I really do love that. I can't. I'm not gonna hate on that
And what he
because
said, how
he
about them
tagged.
apples?
He ta- he did tag everyone. He did tag everyone, but we need to make sure that you're not going to be a problem. You cannot be a problem in the locker room. I know you've had teammates that have brought down the morale in the locker room. You
Yeah.
can't tell me you haven't seen that in your span of being an athlete, and you know that that is a cancer in the locker room. I don't know BJ like that. We've only seen what they've shown us, and what they've shown us is that he's a problem around other people and he doesn't play nice with others, and you have to play nice with everybody. This is not a relay. Excuse me. This is not a singles event. This is a
This is a
relay.
relay. Yeah.
This is a relay. I said that wrong. Sorry.
I got what you meant.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can go out and just run the hurdles, but if you're doing a 4x1, 4x4, we got to be locked in.
But what it now this goes back to my point that I mentioned in the last episode, the question I proposed, and it also goes back to BJ Ray's point in his promo. This is no longer a relay. This is not a team event. This is about me getting this contract and getting up out of here. Because so sorry, but there's gonna be one male and one female that win this thing.
Mm.
And the other 14 of y'all, they're not going to be remembered.
It's a sink or swim. It's
Sink
sink
or
or swim
swim.
time because
And
I
it goes
can't
back to
see
my
this being a
question.
20 episode season. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be.
It goes back to my question I asked last episode. How important are the team points? What factor does that matter? If this is only going to be about one female, one male taking it.
I don't know how they're because again, what if is
Because
it
Bubba
just
has 0 points,
yeah.
but he doesn't seem
So
stressed.
they ain't picking BJ.
That doesn't make any sense. You know what I think? I don't think we got to study how many episodes. We have to look up how many episodes are going to be in the rest of LFG. But I don't think if say he doesn't come back, right? He's going to get a little bypass. He's going to be a part of it. There's no way you leave him out. And I think it's going to be Jasper Troy taking it on the men's side, and then it's going to be if Dani can get her mic skills together. I'm not gonna knock out P Nasty though, because that was my first choice. I just didn't see her at all.
You saw that. You saw her little botch move. They highlighted for the next episode. I said, "Oh Lord."
Yeah. So we're gonna see, but there's no way that BJ is not selected, bro.
So they're scheduled to have 15 episodes.
15?
Yeah.
Hey, y'all stay with us. We dropping a recap for every one of them.
The upcoming episodes are scheduled as followed. Episode 6, and I'm just going to give you the next 2 episodes because that's all they gave me. Next 2 episodes, Stepping into the Spotlight. That'll air next week. And the following week will be episode 7, Toughness and Grit.
Mm.
Interesting. So, I'll call this right now. I will call this. I'm going to skip over 6. And if McFoley don't show up in episode 7, I might stop. Well, we're gonna fold the podcast. We're not folding the podcast, but we ain't talking about LFG no more. If toughness
Xavier
and
talking on his own.
if toughness and grit, and you don't get McFoley, y'all lost me because there ain't no tougher person to ever walk through ever.
Y'all didn't lose Justin Stuckey. His schedule might just not have lined up. You know what I'm saying? But no, that is they were talking about him on Legends. They're talking about the
With him and The Rock. I wanted to watch. I need to get on those, but I can't. Like I said, once we're done watching this, usually we're coming over. So
we're giving you guys the content. We're trying to get it out quick.
Yeah.
So y'all can tap in and know what the world's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And make sure you tap that subscribe button down there.
Yeah.
And as LFG currently stands, Team Booker leading the way.
Yeah. Oh, what's the give the tally of the score every week so we can where are we at? Do you know the official score?
Yes, I was giving it.
I apologize because I cut you off. I'ma shut up.
All good. Team Booker, 4 points. Team Mickie James, 2 points. Team Undertaker, 2 points. And Team Bubba, Goose Egg, 0 points. Come on, Bubba. Know. We are going to figure out because it's our
I'm rooting for you, Bubba.
But if you already know, what is the significance of the team point score if this is an individualized awarded goal where one male and one female ultimately get an NXT contract?
Well, maybe they're only going to just take the winning, like a male and female from the winning team, right?
That would be a shame.
That would be not a good look. But if your team's bulldozing, I mean, there's a possibility that you don't have one or the other on there that's not producing. But Booker's
you could have
team
somebody carrying the team though.
But look at Booker's team though. But I mean, it's falling into place. So if you just said P Nasty,
yeah,
but you don't think she'll be the best female by the end of it.
Well, let's look at we're talking about Tyra May, right? That's Undertaker's girl. Look at Dani. That's Mickey's girl. Then you got a double battle on Booker's team between Leigh Laurel and P Nasty. Zena has to show me something because we keep talking about potential, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
You haven't tapped in. So you got that. On the men's side, Anthony Luke, don't know where he's at. Sorry. Whoever referred to him, it was Bubba. I don't know why he said this. He says, you remind me of a young Dwayne Johnson. I think it's just a skin tone because he should have never said that.
That's what I think too, but I say that.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%. I was like, bro, we just think he looked like Rocky Maivia.
Yeah. I think on the men's side, Jasper Troy, no doubt, right?
No doubt.
So much potential for Shiloh, but potential means nothing if it's not tapped into.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm standing on it. BJ Ray. Jasper Troy and BJ Ray are the only two right now on the guy's side, I think. Yeah. Chris Allen, little brother. Troy Yearwood just lost.
Yeah, they've got a...
Holyfield didn't show up for the fight yet.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. But like I said, Bubba's team, hey, they can swim, but they didn't show up with the right gear on. Y'all got to jump in the pool. It's time to swim or sink, right? Like, I still think his team has a lot of potential on it, but again, potential don't mean jack.
Are we going to see a comeback? We got 15 episodes. I didn't realize.
That'd be great. I mean, 15 we could see some stuff.
Yeah.
Because there's so many. Look, also, I would love to see an episode, and I would almost think that it would have to come, right? Wrestling is about the surprises, the people, the Randy Orton return, which Still one of the greatest moments that I've seen in a really long time. Kevin Owens isn't talked about enough. And we'll talk about that maybe tomorrow on Raw. But I would love to see a legend come out and get into the ring, coming out with their music and like interfere and see how they react to an interference. I hope that that is a part of an episode that we see that where no one knows what's going on. And if you smell, just like, could you imagine? Like, I'd be like, we
I'd
about
be
to
shook.
die. We about to die.
You know where I thought you were gonna go with that?
What? Please tell me.
When you're talking about like the surprise element, the return factor, I thought you were gonna talk about BJ Ray returning.
Bro, you got to get off of BJ's junk,
No,
okay? I'm
no,
gonna
I'm
I'm
just
say
saying.
that once, and if I have to say it again, I'm gonna get a little more vulgar. A
Look,
little
when you
more
were talking
vulgar.
about when I said, "Are we gonna see a comeback?" As far
Yeah.
as like teams taking over, you talk about the potential with Bubba. There is no way, depending on the shoulder surgery, there's no way he don't come back.
He don't come back and they do it like that. You think that'll
There's no way. And also, I don't see them just kicking Cutler. Ooh, 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 ooh.
make him fight for the spot?
Theory stuck is back, making a debut in the LFG.
Yeah.
Remember how we talked about factions, and I said that Cutler James was currently a part of one on NXT. Didn't do my due diligence to get that name yet,
Mm-hmm.
but he's a part of it. Could they send him back when BJ Ray comes back?
Mm.
Or will they make them fight? Because that's one of those things where you didn't lose the spot.
You've been jacking the mouth a little too crazy. You got to fight that out. They have to fight. They're building it up too much not to fight.
BJ gonna
BJ
slam
gonna
the heck
fight
out of him.
somebody.
BJ gonna slam the heck out of that
Because you
dude.
could talk all you want, but if you can't, you ain't about them.
Hey, in the real world, though, let me put it like this: BJ was a national champion at Duke in wrestling. He knows some. He know what he
He
doing.
know, look,
He might be. Hey, he might be all over the place, but bro, know what he doing.
sure, sure.
So,
Oh,
Mister
hey,
No Personality.
don't mess with Holyfield though, cause I'm paying for that ticket.
I don't even know what team Holyfield on. He been a no show.
Well, don't have him crash out on you though. Is all I'm saying.
Holyfield is on the Undertaker's team.
Yeah,
That's all I know about
which
him.
is another dude that, and it's just again, unfortunately, I think that there was association with the name there. I don't think they really set him up for success.
Mm.
I think they picked him because it sounded good, because we ain't seen nothing. So if
Well,
you're gonna
I
invest in
will
all
say
these
this:
people and you're
he didn't do
investing,
none
I
at
need you to
Georgia
invest.
neither.
Say it again.
He didn't do none at Georgia.
Well,
Respectfully, they
we'll
promoted
see.
him in spring bar. Remember, he was jacked,
Hmm.
but I ain't see him tote the rock once.
Yeah.
I didn't see. Now the stats may be there a little bit, but from the running backs that I seen come through Georgia, I'm all about sports. I ain't seeing no Holyfield. Now,
Yeah.
granted, it may have been during that COVID season, so that may kind of been a little screwy about the reps and stuff. But I ain't seen no Holyfield touchdown.
I can dig it. Hey, we got some episodes left.
We got some episodes, y'all. So I hope you
Only,
enjoyed
we
this one.
just tapped into episode 5. Episode 5. We know what the next 2 look like. And, there's going to be more. Let's go. You
There's gonna
know,
be more in store. So y'all
it's
go
going to be
ahead,
more.
like, comment,
Yep, you did
subscribe.
that backwards. That's cool though. There you go. There you go.
Subscribe. We gonna holler at y'all, man. It's Mike Check Mania, J Stuck, Big X.
Hey,
We out of here.
and catch up. We got Raw recap coming, so stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Will Bianca Belair win the title, or will she go heel? Find out soon enough.
And stay tuned for Mike Check Mania's first ever interview. We can't tell you who it is.
We ain't gonna spoil it, but it's coming, y'all.
We just
It's
want you
coming.
guys to wonder who's next.